This is so dumb. Oh, hi, it's Tonjes crying, as per usual. For those of you who've been around for a while, you're probably used to this, and you're probably saying, why are you crying? You were just running and everything was great. So, oh, stop. I think exercise, like, it just opens everything up, and I feel like that includes emotions. And, while I was running tonight, so stop. I do that. I can't cry and be pretty and also jog at the same time. It's just too hard, you guys. So I was running tonight. Everything was going good. And I think, like, you have to push yourself so far, like, and you start breaking through certain walls. And I think when you break through physical walls, you break through emotional walls. And the good thing about exercise for me is it's like a time to think and a time to reflect. But sometimes when life isn't so great or there are things going on, the things that you reflect on make you this, turn you into this. So I wrote an Instagram post because I was thinking about it pretty much I worked out for an hour, which is dumb. Don't do that when you're first starting to get back into fitness. Don't work out for an hour, you'll kill yourself, okay? But I was like running for 5 minutes, walking for 5 minutes, running for 5 minutes, walking for 5 minutes. And just looking out at Toronto and how beautiful it is at night. And I didn't go to a party tonight, which is fine. It's not why I'm sad. I'm not crying because of a party. But there are lots of parties that have happened. There are lots of parties that will happen. But I started to think about, like, a year and a half ago, I was so on top of my fitness and food and health. And, like, I was focused. I was, like, laser focused. And I did a 5K and I did the Star Maker thing. And then over the past year, I've gained a little weight back, not that much weight, compared to how much weight I lost. And that's, again, not why I'm crying. No. Like, I'm very happy for how far I've come, and I can do a lot of things with this body that I couldn't do before, and I haven't had a serious relapse with my back in a while. So, you know, it's not so much about a certain size or weight. It's just about feeling good. And, I'm getting gross now as I'm crying. And just in the past year, like, I think I've gotten a little lost when it comes to fitness and health and being focused. And a lot of that has been, the beginning of this year started off with me losing a friendship and a dude not being very nice. And I've had a few of those situations. Guys thinking they can say things to me and not really thinking about those things and how people carry around stuff like that. Like, you can't say to someone, hey, I should be more selective about who I sleep with, when you're really good friends with them, because it makes them feel like shit about themselves. And then I lost my grandmother in April, and you guys already know, so and I've made my videos crying about that. And, so dumb. I don't want people to hear me now always. I'm crying. And I miss her very much, and I miss her every day. And I've carried around a lot of guilt because we were supposed to talk, or we were going to talk the day before she passed away. And I ignored the call. And it's one of those things where logically, you know, you can't feel bad about it, but you do. So I've carried around a lot of guilt about not getting to say goodbye. Oh, God. And I'm just incredibly far away from my family and my home. And so I kind of threw myself into work and being focused on other things and not, you know, kind of ignoring and being so busy that I didn't have time to be sad. And all of a sudden it's October and I'm like, you know, you go home and you visit her grave and it's like, how has this been 6 months? This feels like it didn't even happen. Like, how? So, okay. And then this isn't something that I've talked about a lot. I've mentioned it somewhat in the podcast, and I won't go into detail because it's not really it's not really my story, so. But even when it's not your story, you still live with the consequences of it. And I don't have a relationship with my dad right now, and I haven't for a while. And that's a recent development that started a few years ago, and it's kind of recently, in the past 6 months, gotten pretty rough. And you know, you guys know me pretty well. You know that I don't cut people out for nothing, and that I'm not completely irrational when it comes to people. And yeah, I won't go into it, but him and I do not see eye to eye on some things, and it affects me. So there's just been a lot of things that have happened and that I've been carrying around. And I think when you carry things around emotionally, I think you carry them around physically, and I think that it's totally affected my focus on eating well and working out and feeling good in my body. And I love my body where it is right now. It's not a matter of not loving my body or where I am. It's just I'm respecting the process, but I'm also frustrated that I feel a little lost. And tonight was good because I went to the gym by myself, and I worked out, and I did what I wanted to do, and I pushed myself, and I felt really accomplished. And so I shared that on the internet. And I hope that that's the beginning of a new chapter, getting back into that. And in my head, I want to be an athlete. I think that there is an athlete in me. I feel like I have that determination, and even though I deal with my back issues and things like that, I feel like I have the spirit of an athlete. And when I was young, I played sports, and I danced, and I did all these things, and I have that desire still. So I'm not content to just go along with maybe what has been comfortable for a long time, or what is easiest, because I want something different. And I'm trying to use the things that I feel, like the pain that I have, or the guilt that I have, or just sadness, and instead of holding on to that and carrying that around, and always being like, just feeling weighed down, not a fat reference, but just feeling like I can't escape those things, instead of doing that, using that as fuel. And I was running and crying tonight. I was like using it to push me. It's like thinking about all the dudes that have been super shitty to me this year, even the past month, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm gonna run this extra mile, fuck you. And I'm just super grateful for all you guys, and for the people that I choose to have in my life and who have stayed in my life. And those people aren't blood related, so they don't have to stay, but they've been incredibly good friends, and I really appreciate that. And I hope that I am always telling those people how grateful I am for that, and I'm grateful for you guys. And even in moments where I don't always believe in myself, or I feel a little lost, you guys are like, you're like a little light, you know? Yeah, I'm in the woods and I'm lost as fuck, and then I see this little light off in the distance, and I feel like that's you guys, and I appreciate that. And my legs hurt. Maybe this will just be a vlog on its own. I don't know. I don't think that if I put this in the middle of the Buffer Festival video, that it's gonna be super happy. So if this is just a separate vlog, it's a separate vlog, yo. I love you guys, and I really do appreciate you. And I'm so happy that I've met some of you while I'm here in Toronto. And yeah. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. That was super weird. You guys don't be like me when you grow up. I just wanted to be honest, and I was having a moment, and as I do on the internet, I record those moments because I know other people feel like me, and I know a lot of you are going through really hard stuff. And some of that is worse than what I'm going through, I'm sure, but I feel like we all have our own personal hells that we're going through, and I appreciate that I can share that with you guys, and that I feel a little less alone when I talk about it. And just like on the podcast, you guys are my therapy. And I talk about it and then I can let it go. And so let's make this the year of running. Maybe we'll do another 5K. Maybe we'll do a 10K. We're not going to do a marathon because I love myself too much to do a fucking marathon. I like my legs too much to break them like that. But we'll do some other things. All right, I'm going to go and have a good night. And bye.